That was a tough one, and I figured I'd go live because of how tough of a one that is. Rangers lose 5-2 to the Boston Bruins in a very tough game. And it's unfortunate that we're here. It's unfortunate because I expect way more from this team. Expect way more. And what we're getting so far is just not enough. It's just not enough. And they simply, to sum this game up quickly, if you want to quickly summed up the way this one played out, the Rangers showed up for half of the first period, completely dominated in the second period. Well, it was back and forth, but they dominated more of the second period. And then the third period, they just completely disappeared and kind of gave this one to Boston. I thought that this was a game that was very winnable for the Rangers, but they kind of just chucked it out of the way and gave it to Boston. But we're going to talk about the game more. Like I said, doing this live to be different here and to get the viewers' thoughts here too, because I feel like that I need to get more thoughts here. But before we jump into it, leave a like on this if you do enjoy, especially if you're watching on replay. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. We cover every single game here on the channel, and turn on your notifications too, so you know when I upload a video next. But again, this was a very tough game, and it sucks. It sucks. First period, the Rangers didn't really have much going. Panarin got a chance early. That was the night Pasta went off for interference. And then you had him retaliate on Ryan Lindgren. Lindgren goes to the dressing room after that, and we don't see him return for the rest of the game. Which, if Ryan Lindgren is out for a very long time, oh boy, if this defense we thought was rough to watch now, oh boy, it just got a whole lot worse. It just got a whole lot worse, and I'm very nervous for this defense going forward with this team. And now you're going to throw Libor Hayek in there. What are you going to do? Jones and Truba together, and then Miller and Fox. I don't know what you do here. And it's going to just be it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, whatever they do. And I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do to make this better. And the Rangers just can't even capitalize here on the power play. It looks sloppy. The only thing that was happening on it, Pavel Zacha got a shorthanded chance. That's pretty much it. That's all that happened there. And then it was 1-0 early for the Boston Bruins as Pasta snipes one on Igor Shesterkin. Igor completely out of position on this one, lifts the net with him too, and he snipes that one on the backhand. 1-0 game. And Kako then makes a beautiful little move going in. Can't bury it. That's been the story all season, which if listen, Kako's had a great season, but when is the puck going to go in? When is it going to go in? You got to wonder. But the period ends and the Rangers just flat out refuse to shoot that period. It's that simple. And it was 11-5, the shots. The shots back it up. So Rangers with a rough first period for the most part. They had a couple of chances. And yeah, Sean, we'll get to this one, by the way. But second period, Lindgren, they announced was done for the game. This is going to be a big loss. This is going to be big, and I have a bad feeling that we're looking at a concussion here. I have a bad feeling it looks similar to the injury Hedel kind of got, and except he didn't go down there. So that's the only positive sign I could think of. But I'm having a bad feeling about that injury. Blay then blocks a shot, got a little shaken up there. You thought maybe another injury, but Laffy got a chance in the slot off a feed from Panarin. Can't go through. Fox then goes off for tripping. The Rangers taking a classic dumb penalty. Stop me if you heard that one before. Rangers then with a great kill, and Carpenter almost deflected one in on the shorthanded chance there at the end. Second line then has a great shift. Fox and Jones on the blue line together since they had the mix up the deep pairs there. Lafreniere then almost tipped in a Fox shot. But Boston's fourth line, which, by the way, we got to talk about this. The fourth line for the Boston Bruins dominated the Rangers' fourth line. Dominated. You saw the difference it makes when you have a dominant fourth line. The Rangers' fourth line, nothing tonight. And we'll talk about that more in depth. But oh boy, is it bad. I mean, you're watching Nick Foligno. Nick Foligno look good out there. What a joke. What a joke. Blay then got a shot. Revo couldn't bury the rebound opportunity, couldn't even get to it. But the Rangers do make it 1-1 as Mika with a beautiful cross crease pass over to Jimmy Vesey, and he buries that one home. We have a tie game at 1, and the Rangers kind of experimented a bit with the lines. You had Vesey on the first line a bit of times. Kreider was on the third line. I thought it was working better, but they elected to not keep that together. Schneider then throws a huge hit on Trent Frederick, and that got confetti gloves there as Schneider ended up fighting Greer. Greer ended up getting the instigator there, and Goody fought Frederick. So love that. Loved a little bit of energy from the team. But when we got the Rangers going a bit, I mean, the first unit got a couple good looks on the power play, couldn't bury one, which that's another story. The power play has just not been converting enough. And Boston putting on some pressure. Nick Foligno, again, almost gets a goal there. But the Rangers looked better in this period, back and forth period, 11-10. And Gallant mentioned that it's going to come down to which team just bails themselves out of this game first. And the Rangers checked out in the third period. It's that simple. Lindholm with a cross crease pass to Coyle and buried it because Trouba, for whatever reason, got completely outworked there. Completely outworked in front of the net. And he was awful tonight. Awful. And Fox, though, answered right back as he sniped one blocker side on Linus Olmark. But Boston put the pressure on after that, and it led to goals as Frederick got one past Igor. Igor's got to stop that one. DeBrusque then snipes one off a feed from Zaka, and Fox turned that puck over. Lazy back check from him. Jones then goes off for holding him, and they're taking penalties left and right. Mika then took a penalty, and it was that simple. And Lindholm buried the empty net. We had ourselves a game. 16-4 were the shots in the third period. The Rangers shot themselves in the foot. Boston also did outclass them. You got to give credit where credit's due there. Boston outclassed them. Shots in the game, 37-20 in favor of the Bruins. It tells a story. It tells a story. The Rangers did not shoot enough in that first period, and they did not show up in the third period. That's simple. Face-off wise, they got outworked too. 61-39. I want to vomit. I want to vomit. And the power play went 0 for 2. Hits 39-21 in favor of the Rangers. Woohoo. Grit, baby. 16 block shots for the Rangers, 11 for the Bruins. Giveaways, 18 for the Bruins, 12 for the Rangers. Did not feel that way. It felt like the Rangers turned the puck over way too much in this one. But I want to say something, and I want thoughts in the chat, which we'll get to the chat after I finish the full recap here. Do you guys, is anyone else worried here? Because I'm really feeling like this team right now, it's a small sample size, sure. But right now, doesn't it feel like this team is just middle of the pack? Doesn't it just feel that way? Hear me out for a second. You look at the way that they've been playing, okay, there are times where they look dominant, but look at the teams they dominated. The Coyotes, the Flyers, like they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat. But then when they have the Colorado Avalanche come to town, when they have the Boston Bruins here tonight come to town, when they go play some of these quality teams, they look off. They look off and they look different, but they're beating up the teams they're supposed to. Kind of reeks middle of the pack, doesn't it? Something to think about, something to keep an eye on once we get a bigger sample size. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat on that one. But in terms of how each line played on the night, it was, I mean, this was not a great, I don't think any line stood out tonight. The first line, Kakko, he kind of just disappeared after the first period. I thought he had a good first period, and he was one of the few Rangers forwards that showed up in the first period. He kind of was invisible, and he was turning the puck over too at times, I noticed, and I thought he had a brutal game. Tonight, and ironic that this was one of the nights where he actually had the points come for him. He had 2 points on the night, but I thought he didn't have a great night. I thought he didn't have a dominant night like he had. Not to say he was bad, but he wasn't great. Kreider has been invisible. He's getting shuffled up and down the lineup now because he's been that invisible for the Rangers. What does that tell you? And then Mika Zibanejad, he has not really looked good at even strength. He hasn't. He has no goals at even strength this year. 36% of the faceoff dot, not good enough. Not good enough. He got outworked. Second line, not good enough. Lafreniere didn't have a great game. Didn't. Sorry, he didn't. Trocheck had a decent game. 47% the faceoff dot. Not good enough. Not good enough. He played physical. Sure. He had a couple chances. Sure. But nothing outstanding. And then same goes for Panarin. He had chances, sure. Nothing outstanding. And then you get to the bottom six and don't give me a break. Give me a break with this bottom six. It has not been good. It hasn't. The third line was not doing much. I mean, Barker Goudreau, whatever. He was whatever tonight. Jimmy Vesey was actually good tonight. I thought Vesey was solid, making some defensive plays. He was probably the best Rangers forward tonight. Scored that goal. Had another chance to score a goal. I think that was in the second period too. Jimmy Vesey, I thought, looked good tonight. And I'm kind of all over the place here, but Gauthier, meh. I mean, he hasn't looked dominant too much. I mean, he looked good in the Philly game. He didn't look dominant in the game before that. Didn't look dominant tonight. I'm a little 50-50 on Gauthier. I'm a little 50-50 on him. There are shifts where it's like, wow, this guy's flying all over the ice. And then there are shifts where he's just looking lazy. Not good enough. Again, not good enough. And then the fourth line, what do they do? What do they do right now? Reeves, Blais, and Carpenter have done nothing. I mean, Carpenter's won faceoffs. That's about it. But what does it matter when that fourth line has done nothing? Sorry, not good enough. Not good enough. Carpenter has been brutal all season long. Blais, it seems like he's going for throwing the hit instead of going for the puck 90% of the time. And then Revo, he's just throwing hits and not even going for the puck 90% of the time either. So you got to question, when is Hedl going to be healthy? You're looking maybe at Sunday because he was back skating. There was a chance he played tonight, but is he going to help the bottom six enough? I have my questions. And then the defensive unit, not good enough at all. I mean, Adam Fox, up and down night for him. There was shifts where he was so lazy on the back check, not doing enough. And then there were times where he was looking like Bobby Orr out there moving the puck. I mean, there was no in between tonight. And it's that simple. That back check was inexcusable on that one goal. Absolutely inexcusable. You turn the puck over. You got to get back there. You got to get back, and you got to be hauling to get back in the D zone. And he just wasn't. But, I mean, he wasn't even the worst of the night because Jacob Trouba, I want to vomit. -3 on the night. Getting outworked. Getting out of position, too, on multiple occasions. I mean, come on. And every time he shoots the puck, when I see him wind up, I want to vomit because I know that it's just going to go to Staten Island, the shot. What is the point? Oh. Can you say puke? Can you say vomit? Awful night for him. Not good enough. Miller, probably the best defenseman of the night. Still not good enough. I mean, he was blocking some shots, sure. He had a couple nice moves and a couple nice breakout passes, couple nice plays bailing them out of long shifts in the D zone. He was probably the best defenseman of the night. Outside of Schneider, I mean, Schneider, I thought, had a great night too. Blocked some shots, and how about him throwing that hit? He looked good tonight. I loved what I saw from Schneider tonight. I thought he had a pretty solid game. And then Zach Jones, meh. Turn the puck over. I don't know what he was doing on that one goal. You got to play the body there. You got to use your stick there. Get more involved there. I didn't like him just standing there, just hoping and praying that it was going to deflect off of him. Like a little more effort there. And then we can't really assess Ryan Lindgren's game, but when he was there, he was good. But outside of that, can't say much. And then Igor, I thought, let in some soft goals. There's no way around it. There is no way around it. And I'm not overly concerned, but because the defense wasn't good enough tonight. They weren't. So make of that what you will. I'm a little worried, though, with the soft goals that he did let up. But for the people that are watching on replay, I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching this one. Remember to leave a like on it if you did enjoy Detroit on Sunday. Hopefully the Rangers can bounce back. Remember to subscribe also if you guys are new to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching this reaction video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go Rangers.